Hello, kids! Welcome to our video lesson in elements to be observed in planting trees and fruit bearing trees and the famous orchard farm in the country. This lesson is being designed for your convenience and easy to use. The languages used is noticeably clear and simple. The activities given are easy and manageable. So, don't worry, be happy! After going through this lesson, you are expected to learn the elements to be observed in planting trees, fruit bearing trees, and famous orchard farm in the country. Kids, you are expected to identify the elements or factors to be observed in planting trees and fruit bearing trees. Distinguish the famous orchard farm found in our country and show proper care of these trees planted. Children, let us check now how much you mastered your previous lesson on importance of planting and propagating trees and fruit trees. Please read and answer the activity. Good luck! And don't forget to prepare your pen and paper for the directions. Read each sentence carefully. Write T if the sentence is true and write F if the sentence is false or not true. Are you ready? Number 1. Trees provide shade and fresh air around the house, along the streets and surroundings. 2. Trees did not prevent flood during strong rain. 3. Trees protect the soil from erosion. 4. They help maintain high quality water supply. 5. They will not improve the atmosphere of the place by giving a feeling of freshness. 6. They have not prevented river and lake sedimentation. 7. The root system promotes soil stability. 8. They do not serve as windbreaker during strong storms. 9. They serve as valuable habitats of wild animals. 10. They do not contribute the beautification and landscape of the countryside. Done? Let's check your answers. 1. It's true. 2. False. 3. True. 4. True. 5. False. 6 is also false. 7 is true. 8 is false. 9 is true. And 10 is false. So kids, how does it work? Did you get all correct answers? I hope so. But if not, please watch again the previous video lesson for your further mastery. Deal? Okay, so welcome to our new lesson. It is all about the elements to be observed in planting trees and fruit-bearing trees. Are you ready? Okay, number 1, or the first element, you have to choose the best place for planting. Why? Trees and fruit trees require more space for growth than ornamental plants or crops. It is so because trees and fruit trees grow tall and wide. There are trees that have roots that expand sideward and those that move downward. Second element, you have choose the seeds that best suit the season and the soil. This means that the seeds come from a good quality mother and the seeds are healthy, mature, with no blemish or cuts, and at of right size and form. Seeds must be prepared before planting. Planting should be done preferably during rainy season. Third element is put sufficient fertilizers in the soil. It is advisable to prepare the soil before planting. This means cleaning the soil and its surrounding area, and mixing the soil with organic fertilizers. Organic fertilizers are safe and economical to use, while inorganic fertilizers must be regulated because overuse can poison the soil. And lastly, take care of the soil and the plants regularly. Caring the young trees means removing the grass and weeds around them so they do not compete in getting the nutrients from the soil. Keeping the soil always moist is not a problem during rainy season. However, during dry months, there is a need to water them regularly. Watering is done during sunrise or after sunset to keep evaporation of water from the soil slow. Then we have other elements or factors to be considered in planting trees and fruit bearing trees. Kids, observe the picture. Could you guess what probably be the element or factor? It is? Yes, climate. It is the most important factor which affects the growth of the trees. It has been observed that varieties of trees grow best in certain climatic conditions. How about this? You've seen there a thermometer. It measures the, yes, temperature. So the growth of the plant depends upon the degree of how cold or hot the atmosphere is at a certain period. Next element is sunlight. Plants need light from the sun to help them make food in order to grow. Sunlight also is the main provider of energy in the process of food manufacture of the plant. Next factor we have, what have you observed with the plant? The plant is very happy. It's enjoying the rainfall. Yes. Rainfall is especially important in the growth of all kinds of plants and trees. However, it must be controlled or moderate so as not to flood or drown the growing trees with water. And we have soil. Plants get water, minerals, and nutrients from the soil around them to help them grow. Soil is the medium for growing the trees, which provide nutrients in plants as it contains mineral elements necessary for normal plant growth and development of the tree. And we have the organic and inorganic soil. Organic soils compose mostly of decayed plants and animal matter, while inorganic soils compose mostly of minerals. This is also known as the mineral soil and organic soil, so composed of inorganic substances with varying amounts of decaying and partly decayed organic matter, which would help in the growth of plants. Can you guess what is being applied in the plant? Correct, it's fertilizers. So we have two types of fertilizers, kids. You have the organic fertilizers, it feed the soil, while synthetic fertilizers, it feed the plant. These are added to the soil to increase its productivity. So organic fertilizers are those who come from compost of decayed fruits and vegetables fillings, animal manures, and food washing. Inorganic fertilizers are those that are made up of synthetic materials and are substitute for organic fertilizers. Another thing that you must be aware of is the reproduction of plant. Sexual reproduction takes place through seeds. There are two methods of planting seeds. One is direct seeding or direct planting. Seeds are planted directly into the soil outdoors where the plants are intended to be grown. 2. Indirect seeding or the indirect planting. Seeds planted indoors or in a protected condition in containers of germination medium. Once germinated and grow into seedlings, then transplanted outside into permanent location. How do you how do plants be transplanted? So transplanting is done when seedlings have attained 12 to 15 centimeter in height and 2 to 4 leaves have developed. So after transplanting, you need to water the plant. The best time to water plants is in the morning or late afternoon or evening. Most importantly, watering at these times actually helps the plant retain water. If you water in the afternoon, especially during summer, the heat and the sun are at their peak and the plant's water will evaporate instead of absorbing into the soil and roots. In general, seeds should be planted at the depth of 2 times the width or diameter of the seed. For example, if you have a seed that's about 1/16 inch thick, it should be planted about 1/8 inch deep. Large bean seeds, which can be up to half inch wide, may need to be planted in an inch deep. I think you're ready for planting trees and fruit trees. But you have to consider this. This is the bio-intensive gardens, are a biological organic form of gardening compatible with other initiatives, container gardens, landscape, and edible gardens. Another important aspect of bio-intensive soil building is compost. It is important to return nutrients into the soil after plants have been taken out of the soil. While a bio-intensive planting method, you can put compost usually made up of dry leaves, straw, kitchen scraps, and clippings from the yard back into the soil by mixing it into the ground really deep. It will allow for larger yields of crops because the soil will be more nutrient rich. Since planting trees and fruit trees is considered a profitable business, that is why many of our kababayans were hooked into it. So let us be aware of the famous orchard in the country. By the way, kids, orchard means it's a piece of land planted with fruit trees. So let's know the famous orchard in the country. Let's start with, could you name the fruit? Okay, this is the Calamansi or Limoncito Orchard Farm, also known as the Lopez Farm in Mabini, Cebu City. Next, can you guess the plantation? It is the Del Montes Pineapple Plantation in Bukidnon. And this is also known as one of the world's largest plantation. Next, what fruit is this? Oh, see their plantation or their farm? This is the Lemon Orchard Farm located in Bohol. And in Santo Domingo Orchard Farm, can you guess what's their product? Ah, very good. It is the pineapple plantation in Negros Occidental. How about this one? Oh, have you seen there in your surroundings? Yes, this is the Tungkalan Banana Orchard Farm located in Davao City. Try to observe the farm or the orchard. Yes, this is their product. It is the Rosa Mango Orchard Farm located in Luzon. There you have it. Are you still with me, kids? How did you find the lesson? What lessons do you learn from trees? I hope you've learned a lot. It's payback time. Kidding. Children, this is your activity time. So get ready with your activity notebook and pen. Ready? Let's start. So you have there column A for the questions or the statements, and column B for the answers. You have to choose your answers from column B. Ready? Let's start. Number 1. These are added to the soil to increase its productivity. Number 2. The growth of the plants depends upon the degree of how cold or hot the atmosphere is. Okay, number 3. The medium for growing in the trees with provides nutrients in plants and it contains mineral. Number 4. It is especially important in the growth of all kinds of plants and trees. 5. It is the most important factor which affect the growth of the trees. 6. The seeds come from a good quality mother and the seeds are healthy and mature with no blemishes or cut. 7. Caring for the young trees means removing the grass and weeds. 8. Trees require more space for growth than the ornamental plants or crops. 9. It is the main provider of energy in the process of food manufacture of plant. 10. Composed of inorganic substances with varying amounts of decaying and partly decayed organic matter. Done, kids? Let's check. Oh, the sun is smiling. So number 1 is E. 2, you have B. 3, it's I. 4, it's F. 5, it's J. And 6A. 7G. 8C. 9H. And 10. The sun is smiling. T. Okay, ready for the next activity. Identify the asked Identify what is asked in every sentence. Choose the correct answer from the box. Write the letter in your activity notebook. Get it? Very good. So number 1, the space between two trees when planted. 2, the number of days before watering the plants that have been newly planted. So decide on your answers from the box. Number 3, it is the time of the day when planting is ideal. 4, it is the way of planting where the seed of the plant or part of the plant is planted directly into the soil. 5, the amount of space allotted between two vegetable seedlings when planted. 6, it is an example of a seed that is removed from its hard shell before planting. 7, it is one way of planting where a seed can germinate in bags or boxes before planting the soil. 8, The depth of the soil dug when planting vegetable seeds. 9. The depth of the soil when planting trees. 10. It is a type of gardening that utilizes organic compost for fertilizers. Done? Let's check. 1B, 2A, 3I, 4J, 5 is C, 6H, 7E, 8D, 9F, and 10 is G. There you have it. So you have learned a lot. Here is a summation of a whole lesson. Please read and understand everything in preparation for your assessment. So go on, do not surrender. There you go, kids. This is a summation. The following are elements or factors to be observed when planting trees and fruit-bearing trees. 1. You have to choose the best place for planting. 2. Choose the seeds that best suit the season and the soil. 3. Put sufficient fertilizers in the soil. 4. Take care of the soil and the plants regularly. And you have there the other elements or factors to be considered in planting trees and fruit-bearing trees. 1. Climate. 2. Temperature. 3. Sunlight. 4. Rainfall. 5. Soil. 6. Mineral soil or organic soil. And 7. Fertilizers. And we have also here the famous orchard farm in our country. It is the Calamansi and Limosito Orchard Farm, or also known as Lopez Farm, found in Mabini, Cebu City. Second, we have the world's largest plantation, pineapple plantation in Bukidnon. This is the Del Monte Pineapple Plantation. 3, you have the Lemon Orchard Farm from Bohol. And you have the Santo Domingo Orchard Farm. It is a pineapple plantation located in Negros Occidental. And the Tongkalan Banana Orchard Farm in Davao City. And lastly, we have the Rosa Mango Orchard Farm found in Bohol. So there you have it. Let's have your assessment. Prepare your activity notebook. And of course, your pen. Since you are all ready for your assessment. Direction. You have to draw an arrow up if the sentence is true and an arrow down if it is false. Did you get it? Is it clear? Very good. So for number 1, you have to decide whether the sentences are true or false. If it is true, you're going to write or to draw an arrow up. If it is false, you have to draw an arrow down. Okay, number 1, it has been observed that varieties of trees grow best in certain climatic condition. Arrow up or arrow down? Number 2, put insufficient fertilizer in the soil. Number 3, the growth of the plants depends upon the temperature of the atmosphere at a certain period. 4, watering is done during sunrise or after sunset to keep evaporation of water from the soils low. 5, planting should be done preferably during the dry season. 6, sunlight is the main provider of energy in the process of food manufacture of the plant. 7, trees and fruit trees require more space for growth than ornamental plants or crops. 8, Inorganic fertilizers are those that are made up of synthetic materials and are substitute for organic fertilizers. 9. Soil is the medium for growing in the trees, which provides nutrients in the plants as it contains mineral elements necessary for a normal plant growth and development of the trees. 10. Organic fertilizers are those who come from compost of decaying fruit and vegetables peelings, animal manure, and food washing. Okay, are you done? Let's check your answer. Okay, number 1. It's true. 2. Okay, it's false. 3. True. 4. True. 5. False. 6. True. 7. True. 8. True. 9. It's still true. And 10. It's still true. Okay, good. Let's proceed. Read and answer the questions. Write the letter of the correct answer in your activity notebook. Okay, get ready. Number 1. What is the most important factor which affect the growth of trees? Choose your answers. A. Fertilizer. B. Climate. C. Sunlight. D. Soil. Number 2. How are you going to choose the best kind of seeds? Determine your answer from the choices. A. By the sizes and color. B. Through shapes and design. C. Through healthy condition and mature with no cuts. D. By appropriate age. Number 3. What is the best way of caring the plants? Mark out for your answer. A. Let the grass and weeds become many. B. Without applying fertilizers. C. Keep them dry. D. Water them during sunrise and after sunset to keep evaporation of water from the soil slow. Number 4. Why is it important to choose the best place for planting? Select your answer. A. Because trees are living things. B. So that when it rains, plants wet. C. Because sunlight is needed. Or D. Because trees and fruit trees require more space for growth. Let's proceed to number 5. Which of the following is the most safe and economical fertilizers? Pick out your answers. A. Inorganic fertilizers. B. Organic fertilizers. C. Commercial fertilizers. D. Sufficient fertilizers. So number 6. What are the 3 nutrients needed by the plants? A. Calcium, sodium, magnesium. B. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. C. Manganese, nitrate, zinc. D. Iron, helium, hydrogen. 7. How will you show proper care of the trees planted? Make up your choice. A. Cut young trees. Uproot seedlings planted. C. Burn them. And D. Cultivate the soil around it. 8. What is the world's largest orchard farm in the country? Can you still recall? Take a peek. A. The Lemon Orchard Farm. B. Del Monte's Pineapple Plantation. C. Rosa Mango Orchard Farm. D. Tungkalan Banana Orchard Farm. 9. Where did Tungkalan Banana Orchard Farm located? Select your answer. A. Negros Occidental. B. Bohol. C. Luzon. D. Davao City. And lastly, why is it called an orchard farm? Now you have to decide. A. One kind of plants being planted. B. Multiple of plants grown. C. It's a mini pocket forest. Or D. Big plantation of all kinds of plants. Okay, done. Let's have the answer key. For number 1, oh, the trees are tumbling. It's B. 2, you have C. 3, D. 4, D. 5, B. 6, B. 7, D. 8, B. 9, D. And 10, you have D. Very good. Kids, you all did a great job. You deserve a hooray! Now, you can have a break and have a Kit Kat as your prize. Well, children, relax for a while, but don't forget to perform your additional activity and submit it in our Google Classroom. So your additional activity is you're going to write a paragraph on proper ways of caring trees and fruit trees. I have here your rubrics or the criteria in your rating. So your paragraph must have be an introductory sentence. If it is good, you have 2. If you don't have introductory sentence, it's only 1. And your paragraph must contain 4 to 6 sentences. And of course, you have to focus on the topic. And there must also be a concluding sentence. So a total of 8 points. Kids, before we say goodbye, I will share to you the saying from Wangari Maathai. A tree has roots in the soil yet reaches the sky. It tells us in order to aspire, we need to be grounded, and that no matter how high we go, it is from our roots that we draw substance. Sustenance, I mean. Children, always remember where you started. So, with that, always love, honor, and respect your parents. Bye, and have a safe and fruitful weekend. Till next video!